Richard Fine has been in solitary confinement in the Los Angeles County Jail for 7 months. His crime? He's pointed out that the LA Superior Court judges are being illegally paid $46,000 every year over and above their state salaries by the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors. Superior Court Judge Yaffe sentenced Mr. Fine to an indefinite term of coercive confinement. Full Disclosure has conducted a number of phone interviews with the jailed attorney, Richard Fine. We filed a series of requests with the Sheriff's Department to interview him in person in jail, but have been denied access at every request. Why? We want to know. Victoria Kim from the Los Angeles Times was allowed to interview Mr. Fine. She wrote this article, which with the limitations of the paper gave a brief account of Mr. Fine's situation. But Full Disclosure is still being denied access. In fact, the spokesman, Steve Whitmore, sent this email in response to our request. The sheriff did not approve the LA Times reporter access to this inmate. She apparently did so on her own. Isn't this alarming? That anyone who wants can walk into the jail anytime they want? We suppose the sheriff had more control over the jails. Perhaps the issue is cameras in the jail. But wait, ABC's 2020 producer Terry Whitcraft took their cameras into the jail to interview an inmate for their show, just a few days prior to our last request. Armed with this information, we telephoned the sheriff and placed another request to interview Mr. Fine. The sheriff's spokesman, Whitmore, not only said no, but hell no.
Hi, Leslie. This is Steve Whitmore. I am unfortunately the bearer of bad news. The sheriff has repeatedly told me that that will not happen, and so your request has been denied. And he has not. I just talked to him yesterday about this, and he said it again. He said, no, that's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen, Leslie, and I'm sorry to have to deliver that to you, but that is what the sheriff's decision is, and it's his discretion. And I know that is bad news, and I'm sorry for that, but that is a final decision. Thank you, and stay well. Bye.
Why? Why is the Sheriff's Department afraid of poor little Full Disclosure? Our purpose is to show how Mr. Fine is being treated and allow our viewers to form their own opinion regarding Mr. Fine's incarceration. So why won't the sheriff allow us into the jail with our cameras? He has before, and in fact his deputies gave us a tour of the inmate reception area. As part of his defense, Mr. Fine has submitted a writ of habeas corpus, which the court ordered the sheriff to respond with the reasons why he's holding Mr. Fine. The sheriff refused and asked to be dismissed from the case. And when the matter was appealed to the district court, Federal Judge Walters denied the sheriff's request as moot. Why? Why didn't the sheriff state that Judge Yaffe ordered him to keep Mr. Fine in jail? Is he protecting Judge Yaffe because the judge is doing something illegally? Are the judges protecting the sheriff? Or is the sheriff protecting the judges? And is Full Disclosure going to have to get a court order to gain media access to Mr. Fine? We want to know what you, the viewers, think. Please respond to our survey and leave your comments below. Number 1, should Full Disclosure file a court order to gain media access to Mr. Fine in jail? Yes or no? Number 2, who's protecting who? Do you think the sheriff is protecting Judge Yaffe? Yes or no? Or number 3, do you think the sheriff is hiding something about the condition of Mr. Fine? Yes or no? Be sure to leave your comments below. I'm Leslie Dutton. Thank you.